What's up? New week. Let's go. You guys already know. New week, new goals. Let's own it. Welcome back to Leaders Create Leaders podcast and the live. I'm gonna let everybody take some time to jump on here, get grounded. Today is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day, everybody. I think it's a really powerful day to honor all those that have served here for our country, giving us opportunity. I want to also honor the Native Americans as well as all the soldiers, everyone who served in the Army. A lot of my family has served in the Marines. So shout out to everybody out there. Everybody do the prayer hands right now for all those that have served our country on Memorial Day, and for all the leaders out there that have served our country as well. So, and all those that have lost their lives serving our country, let's make sure we give some prayer hands for them. And just offer our gratitude. What's good, Jay Frost? I see you, bro. What's up? What's poppin'? All right, everybody. So you already know we have a new live. I appreciate you guys for taking some time to jump on Memorial Day. I'm out here in Sedona, and I'm going to be bringing on one of my best clients. I mean, this guy, he won a leadership award within my company for mastery. We did a whole game about who can really lead their team the best. When we had events before COVID, and he won. He is a YouTube expert. So if you want to build your brand on YouTube, he is somebody that can. He's just an expert at it. He understands everything. He's studied it. He's implementing it. He's been doing it with a lot of our clients. Super powerful leader, and he's going to share a lot of knowledge with us about how to brand yourself, leveraging YouTube. And real quick, guys, I'm just curious. Drop one word about how you're feeling on this Monday. What is one word about how you're feeling going into this new week? It's Memorial Day. I want to see where your guys' heads at, where your hearts are at. You know, for me, I feel, I'm going to comment it right here. Super, super grateful. I feel super, super grateful. So drop one word. What is one word that you feel right now coming into Monday? Let me know what you guys are feeling. Positive, motivated, grateful, aligned. I love it. Oh, man, that's what's up. Mike, I'm going to bring you on here in just a second. Let's just get everybody warmed up. Let's see, what else? Drop one word, how you guys are feeling. I'm feeling aligned to my values in the Millennial collective. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Powerful, aligned, motivated. I see you guys. Also, I would love to know where everybody is coming in from. It's always amazes me how much of a global community all of us are. So drop what your name and what your city or country is. Where's everybody coming in from? What's good, Albert? Good to see you on here, bro. Thanks for joining. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Monday. Let's crust it. You already know. You're a beast as well. I appreciate you guys. All right, we got Las Vegas. We got the UK in the house. We got Florida in the house. Southern Cali in the house. Disciplined. I like that. If you guys are still commenting your one word of how you're feeling coming into the week. I love discipline. I've been calling that in. Miami's in the house. At peace. I love that. Dallas, Texas. We got Dean from New York City. I love that. Let's see. Who else? Where's everybody at? We got Salt Lake City in the house. Fuck yeah. I love Utah. Bangkok in the house. We got Mexico in the house. We got San Diego in the house. West Palm Beach. I love it, guys. I love that. We got Canada in the house. Mike Gerard. All right, guys. So I'm about to bring on our special guest leader to join us right now. You already know we got to give him that strong welcome. So I want everybody to give him he loves purple. His branding is all around purple. So drop, if you can, something purple, any purple emoji, or if you just want, drop a flex, because my man is a really powerful, strong leader. So guys, drop those emojis and let me bring him on, the one and only, the homie, one of my best clients. He's actually crushes it as a leader, Mike. Let's go, Mike. Let's go. I want you to bring the freaking heat. Bring the flames, man. Pour some value into the tribe. Yes, sir. There he is.
What up, man?
There we go. We got some flexes in here for you, man. The tribe is feeling you, bro. Got some, woo! My man's guns, bro. I love that, man. You're looking strong, homie. Looking strong. So as you can see, man, the tribe is welcoming you with just those purple hearts. You know, again, man, I want to just start off with let's give some gratitude for a second. Take a second just to honor all those that have served our country. It's Memorial Day. I know you're from Canada, bro, but it's just let's just think about, use this holiday as a reflection of the leaders all around the world, man. Everyone out here that's helping people to find that freedom. You know, America is just this land of that represents freedom, that represents hope and opportunity. And I think that that's something that we want to see around the entire world, man. So, bro, thank you for taking some time today to come and share with us, bro. It's been an honor to serve you, to have you part of Leaders Create Leaders, to see your growth, to see how you are showing up as a CEO every day for your community, man. So thanks for joining.
Man, thank you so much. You know, it's a lot of what I've done today is credited towards our partnership together with, the trusted advisors. And it's been incredible because my best clients have come from our community. And it's really powerful to see what a movement can provide and how the collaborations of elite level thinkers can really come together around a common purpose. And when you're masterminding at that level, then you really see the power of what's going to come.
Hell yeah. I love it, bro. So why don't we just dive in, man? First of all, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you've been building? Talk to me a little bit about your mission, what you've been building, and just a little bit about like your leader's story. Like what led you to this moment now where you're building a movement?
Yeah, definitely. So right now I'm the founder of High Converting Content, and we're building a scalable system that allows people to truly maximize their potential online. So from personal branding, content marketing, social media marketing, building out a full suite of services that allow us to serve our clients to a better capacity. So a lot of people feel like they are stuck in a rut, lost in the trench, and not getting the exposure that they deserve. So we're helping people monetize their content, put it out at scale, looking at things like what Gary Vaynerchuk has done, and given that same scalable process to people on a budget that most can afford. So we built out content repurposing, funnels, the whole 9 yards, but YouTube is one of our specialties. And that's what's allowed us to help people monetize their content, especially, you've helped so many people create cool courses, cool programs, cool masterminds, and we help turn that into an income producing machine around the clock, because if it's not duplicating and it's not working for you in your sleep, I don't know what it's doing. So I came from an engineering background, ended up getting into real estate, quickly became recognized as one of the top 30 realtors in the world on social media. And everything that I built was from my personal brand. And people were gravitating towards me. And I found that a lot of people were wanting that exact same effect across their industry, their niche, fitness coaches, mindful coaches. They wanted people to come to them instead of them always having to go out and hunt for new business. So we've basically created a model that allows people to put out free content and have clients flooding to them at scale.
Hell yeah, bro. I absolutely love it, man. And take me back, because you came to I have an event before COVID hit, guys. I have an event. It's called The Movement. And it's a really powerful 3-day, like 2-day intensive workshop, 3 days in total, but 2 days that's working intensive. Mike, talk to me about who you were prior to coming to the event. And then, because I remember a moment when I was with you at that event where like you really had a breakthrough in the way that you're showing up now, man, and just really owning who you are in the world. And we talk about high converting content for obviously around our businesses, but it all starts with us, and sometimes changing the way that we see ourselves. And then therefore that changes the way that people see us, right? Because the way that you start showing up, taking ownership truly of, who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the shadows, all of that. And I think a lot of people are starting to discover that. They're starting to ask that question as like, who am I? How do I want to be seen coming out of COVID, right? Over this next year, in this next decade, how do I want to be seen? And then once they're able to kind of build this new identity, then go out there and build a powerful business around that new purpose, around that new identity. And I remember when you came into the movement, you were kind of starting to shift a little bit of that identity a little bit. So talk to me what that was like, and what advice you would give to someone who's in that position now.
Yeah, that was one of the most powerful experiences that I've ever been through. And, I always had this idea or this thought that I had to look like everybody else. I saw all of these influencers on social media, and they were taking the professional photos and they were doing all of this scripted stuff. And I tried to follow into that mold, but I realized that that's not me. And I remember last year, all of my photos were these professional photo shoots. And I was so uncomfortable that I had to get my photographer to say, smile here, don't smile here, cross your arms there, because I had to feel like I'm not that guy. I'm not that professional buttoned up look. I'm raw, I'm real. I swear, you know, I'm very open with people, but I wasn't conveying that through my content. I was actually lying to myself because I was trying to follow what most people have painted as the ideal social media influencer. And that was taking away from my authenticity. So after going to the event and you and I kind of jamming out over my content, I opened up to you and said, you know, what do you think? Because I don't feel like this is me. And ever since having that breakthrough with you where you said, you know, burn the bridges, burn the boat, let's go, start to show your real authentic self, I've started portraying that in all of my content. And ever since then, I've been getting flooded with DMs on a daily basis of saying, Mike, you know, you're the guy that I'm following because your content's so authentic. I love that you're transparent and sharing the real you. I love that you're very open and honest. And that all came from the conversation that we had, because I realized that if people are going to work with me for me, I want them to work with the right me. And ever since having that big breakthrough, that's what's allowed me to turn high converting content into such a rapidly growing business, because we're helping people attract clients at scale by being the authentic version of themselves, not trying to follow into the mold of the vanity metrics, not trying to be a different version of another influencer. You being you, whether you're introverted, extroverted, you know, energetic or whatever, you can build a very successful business by being to you. And I think that's one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had, is collaborating with the people at MDM down in LA with you guys and being like, listen, you know, every single person has a lot to offer. And a lot of people, you know, think that because they're a certain way and they're not this big energetic person, that the rest of the world isn't going to vibe with them. But what you have to realize is that if you're introverted, there's millions of other introverts out there that would love to work with you, because I would overwhelm them. And I think a lot of people are stuck in the shadows, not being their true selves, because they're worried about following into the status quo. So that breakthrough allowing me to, like, you know, bang out content that's authentic to me. I'm no longer scheduling posts. I'm putting out what's on my mind this very day, how I feel, showing up as a leader. And that's turned me into a greater leader, because now it allows me to understand people for who they really are. I used to look at entrepreneurs and say, you know, how can I turn you into a different version of me? Or how can I turn you into a different version of Gerard? And now I'm looking at people and saying, you know, okay, you want to be recognized as this? This is who you truly are. Let's make this known around the world for you being you.
Bro, such freaking heat, man. Such heat. You know, first and foremost, guys, I mean, on what he just said, I think this is so tied to great leaders in the world. Great leaders do not inspire you to be like them. Great leaders inspire you to be the best version of you. That is at the center of a leader, right? My job as a leader, when you guys follow me and you're on this live stream, is not for you to be like Gerard. In fact, it was hard for me to figure out how to be like Gerard and how to figure out who I am at the fucking core and start showing up and being me and, you know, tapping back into that Jersey young kid that still has a little bit of slang, that still has that same hustle spirit, you know, that still, you know, is raw and is the promoter and makes mistakes and all these things in my life. I don't want you to be like me. I just want to inspire you to take imperfect action in being yourself and being truly who you are at the core. And I think that, you know, Mike, what you just said, man, is so key, because when you do that and you finally let go of trying to be like everybody else, or let go of those vanity metrics, caring so much about those vanity metrics, but really speaking your mind and speaking your truth and coming from a place of authentic truth, your heart, your spirit, what the hell you want to talk about, not worrying about, because you're going to piss people off. I think people really start to respect you, and that you will start attracting a different kind of energy, because we do live in a time where there's sheep. Everybody's trying to be like, everyone's trying too hard instead of just being, right? Everyone's doing instead of being. And it's like, the moment you just start freaking showing up and speaking your mind, speaking your truth, like, people respect that, you know? And I think it's really powerful what you just talked about, bro. And I think it's, you know, it's everything when it comes to building a brand. So talk to me a little bit about, you know, YouTube, because I know that that's a platform, you know, how do you, first of all, it's like, do you think everyone should leverage YouTube right now? We're on Instagram. Instagram has been my #1 platform. I've neglected YouTube, although my show, Leaders Create Leaders, that I'm launching season 6 now. I'm so excited about season 6. I've always used YouTube for my my like very like high production content, but I'm realizing now I'm like, fuck, I'm missing the boat if I don't start creating more micro content on YouTube. I mean, so talk to me a little bit about that, man. Like, why YouTube, and can you give us some tips if for someone who wants to get started on there?
Yeah, man, definitely. And, going back to just, what we talked about previously with you being yourself, it's been the most empowering feeling of working with clients that thought they would never be good on video content because of their age, their gender, their race, their demographic, any sort of objection, and then them putting out their first video and attracting a multiple six-figure client or a big property or a big, closing a big deal. It's really powerful to see, and then they get hyped up over it and others stoked to create. So YouTube, man, has changed my life. It's been absolutely insane. I turned a blind eye to it. I wish I got started way earlier. But the powerful thing about YouTube is if you optimize your content, it grows forever. And it's evergreen so that it can start working for you around the clock. This is why people like rental properties, or this is why people, like business that pay passive income, because it's working for you around the clock. The powerful thing about YouTube versus some of the other platforms is that it's actively working for you around the clock. So for me, for instance, I've been able to generate multiple 5 figures every single month just from people watching my content that's optimized and end up clicking the links in the description. Now, one thing that I really love, and this is the true power of YouTube, is when you look at Instagram and Facebook, it counts one view as 1 second watch. So sometimes people aren't even really getting to know the real you. But with YouTube, it counts one view as 30 seconds watch. So you're getting 30 times the volume of opportunity to build a connection with your target audience on a platform like YouTube. So I think it's really powerful for people who want to build that like, know, and trust factor, the 3 goals, and eventually loyalty with their clients, because it's a longer form platform where they can truly get to see the real you, the real Gerard. And I think that this is a platform that is one of the best for attracting clients at scale. And the cool part about it is because since it's not new, it's not like TikTok, you're not reinventing the wheel. There's already people out there that have put out great content in your niche that's done the market research for you. So if you're a holistic coach, if you YouTube holistic coaching and you start to see what's already worked out there, R&D, rip off and duplicate, put your own unique spin on it. Because as Gerard, you've taught me so many times, even though I'm in similar spaces to other entrepreneurs, I'm a different individual. Right. So for me, if I can put my own spin on content that's already proven to work, this is going to give me a leg up, and maybe people like my personality better than the next person. So I think it's really cool opportunity for people to build a deeper connection with their audience. It's one of the best for monetization, email list building, and then in turn, turning it into, again, a massive, powerful income producing machine for your niche. Because even though YouTube's saturated, every social media platform saturated, it's not saturated with quality. It's saturated with people. But as we learned in the Trusted Advisors group and Leaders Create Leaders, is that if you show up, if you create yourself into a real leader, you're going to separate yourself with the quality of the value that you're providing. So even though your niche might be saturated, you're going to be able to break through that mold and show yourself as a true leader and attract clients better than the competition.
Yeah. I really love that, man. And it's it's basically that second search engine. And, it's like, again, I feel like it's just like you're saying, it's like it's working around the clock for you. You're building such a deep connection with your ideal clients. And if you just really just hone in on leveraging it as a tool, not because you want to you necessarily want to be the next famous vlogger, but it's like, yo, this is a marketing tool for me to build a deeper connection to like, know, and trust me that will turn into clients. And then we've seen it's like how good it feels when people then actually through YouTube, they really build that connection with you. And I've had people stop me in the streets, even here in Sedona, that thank me because of the show, Leaders Create Leaders. And it feels so good. And the next thing you know, they come to my event or they buy a course and they work with me, and it's turned into an unbelievable income opportunity for me, as well as just so much fulfillment. And you can really have fun. And one thing I want to say, because YouTube is intimidating, similar to how I feel about TikTok sometimes, because there's so much learning curve. You said it, YouTube, there's not that much learning curve. You can literally use your phone. And for all of you that are introverts, that feel a little bit intimidated by creating more video content, I will tell you this. Yes, I am extrovert. I am introvert at times though as well. This is a fact. A lot of the top influencers on YouTube were interviewed, and many of them were claimed to be introverts. The truth of the matter is this, guys, it just is like anything else. It's like a muscle. It's a skill that can be built over time, being in front of the camera and shooting video. What it really takes is for you to get the courage to take action and start, like anything else in life, and start and create the habit and practice it. Even if it's one video a week, practice it. And over time, yes, you look at any great video creator, you look at their beginning videos, you'll laugh. You'll laugh at my videos from Instagram in the beginning. But over time, it's a practice, and you'll get better and better. And everyone freezes in the beginning. You know how many takes I've had to do for Leaders Create Leaders on my show on YouTube? You know, just so many videos I've had to like, okay, let me do another take and let me try again, and hiccups. Like it's part of the process. But just like anything, I've gotten better over time to just speak like this on camera. So I would just say, just start. Do your first video this week if you haven't already. Or, you know, if you've gotten started, stay consistent this week. Create some videos speaking directly to your target demographic. Open up and, you know, practice. Stay in practice every single week. So, Mike, give me some strategy, man. So, like, what's the strategy that you teach someone who you use the example of a holistic coach? So if I was a holistic coach, for instance, and I was on Instagram, you know, I'm starting to understand how I want to build out my coaching business. I want to start launching courses. I have not used YouTube. What are some of the first steps that I should do in thinking of a YouTube strategy? Because with Instagram, you were like, hey, I can just post whatever's on my mind today. But is there more strategy when it comes to YouTube?
Big time, big time. And, you know, I love that you even alluded to being uncomfortable on YouTube, because I think one of the coolest parts about building your business on YouTube is that your audience becomes more comfortable with you. Even for when I met you in LA, it's one of those things that you see, oh, you've got this, you know, 8-figure entrepreneur. Are you going to be nervous to meet them? And it's like, yo, I felt like we've been best friends. We're like bros the first second that I met you, because I'm like, man, I've seen you on every single video, all of your podcasts. And that's the cool part about this long form content, is that people feel like they already know you before they even meet you. So when they do, it's such a warm connection, which is, you know, you can't beat that when you're trying to attract clients and they feel like they already know you. So for a YouTube strategy, the biggest thing that I like to do is reverse engineer your end goal. So if you say that as a holistic coach, that your end goal is to start to get clients for your coaching program, create a list of maybe 10, 20 videos, map them out in a way that build off one another, but then make sure that you have something that's going to be a call to action. So you need to make sure that you have some sort of lead magnet as well as some sort of funnel. So that's one of the things that we do when we first launch somebody's YouTube channel, is say, hey, you want to get people on call, or you want to drive traffic to your Kajabi course or your online course. What we need to do is we need to give something for free first, and then we need to create a funnel to deliver that. And now we can build out the videos and record the videos that are going to drive traffic to that. But the most important thing is making sure that you do that ahead of time, because you never know what video is going to blow up. So if you record it and from day one, you're able to say, click the link in the description or comment below for my free guide, you're going to be able to attract clients at scale, because you never know what video is going to pop off. So if you happen to say, okay, I'm going to wait 6 months before I have some sort of call to action, within that 6 months, if you have a video that shoots up to 100,000 views, you're going to feel like you missed the boat. So I think it's looking at your long-term goals, building out specific playlists and videos that attract those ideal niche clients, and then starting to execute on a consistent basis. Because as you said, even if it's just one video a week, consistency is king. And building up that audience connection is going to be game changing. But understanding what your long-term goal is and then building out videos that attract that ideal client is the best way to start.
Yo, fire, bro. Thank you so much. So, Mike, you talked about consistency. You talked about reverse engineering the end goal, which is so important, right? You talked about even going and thinking about, okay, what's the funnel look like, right? Do you even want to give something away for free? Think about some way to, again, his company's called high converting content. This is what people miss out. I did this when I started my personal brand. You start thinking, I call it the Gary V syndrome. You start thinking you got to create all this content. It's like a shotgun approach. Boom, boom, boom. Creating content. And then you start realizing, shit, where am I sending all these people? Am I converting these people? Now, no regrets, because if you're just providing value, that's still getting people to like you. And I've had fans that have now followed me now for 4 or 5 years before I dropped any kind of event or course or anything. And now they trust me, right? So it does pay off. But it's smart to do what Mike's saying with, in the beginning, reverse engineer what is that end goal for you right now. And think about what is that ebook, or what is that, we call it a Be Helpful campaign inside of our mastermind, something that you can help people with, right? Something that you can give them of value. Or maybe you want to drop your course or your community and you have a product, then start to leverage these videos to send people to that opt-in page, to get them into that email list, to fill out that application, or whatever that converting mechanism is. So Mike, I want you to tell me, because you've now been working with a lot of powerful entrepreneurs, what are the most common mistakes? Maybe you can give me like a handful, 5 of the most common mistakes that all of us watching this right now should avoid in now launching our personal brands, leveraging YouTube online.
Definitely. So the first one is not understanding how to optimize your content. This is the biggest one. Understanding how to optimize your titles, tags, descriptions, and thumbnails for your content. I've worked with somebody that we mutually know, one of the biggest production companies in Chicago, and they've got incredible videos, the sexiest videos you ever see. And, these are big, expensive videos, but they weren't getting the viewership that they deserve because they weren't optimized. And while people make the mistake of saying YouTube's evergreen, which means it grows forever, if it's not optimized, it dies after the first 24 hours. So you want to make sure that it's optimized. That's number one. Number two, understanding the audience that you're trying to target, I think, is a big one. This is something that we learn in the mastermind a lot, is going into that ideal target audience so that we can cater it. Because if you try to please everyone, you're going to end up pleasing nobody. It's okay to be slightly polarizing, because then there might be some people that don't like you, but there's going to be a lot of people that love you. And you want to go for that love factor, because when you're sitting on the fence, you end up getting nowhere. I think number 3 is the delivery. And this is one of my biggest tips that I can give everybody listening right here. If you're just getting started on YouTube, a lot of people are scared to record themselves on camera. So here's what I'm asking you guys to do, is think, if you're going to make a video about 5 tips to living a more wholesome life as a holistic coach, imagine if your best friend or if a client walked in, sat in front of you and said, "Hey, Mike, what are 5 things I need to do in order to live a more holistic life?" You're going to deliver that in a very natural way. You're not going to deliver 2 sentences and then look back at the person. You're not going to read from a teleprompter. You're going to speak from the fucking heart. And that's what you need to do on YouTube, is just be real, man. Just share it as if you're talking to the ideal audience or a best friend that asked you the title of your YouTube video. Now, number 3 is number 4 is consistency. You need to make sure that you've got a schedule, because people like predictability. People like to know when they can see something more from you. It's like on Instagram. If you post once today and you don't post in 2 months from now, a lot of people are going to wonder, why should I follow this guy? So make sure that you're consistent. And number 5, again, I think, is having that brand credibility. I think it's building the brand consistency. Something that you've taught us a lot about, Gerard, is building out your brand in terms of how you want to be recognized. Not just your colors, not just your logo, but you as a leader. What's your tonality? What's your style? What's your vibe? How do you want to resonate with people? That's so incredibly important, because if you want to come across as authentic, you need to understand yourself better than anybody. And a lot of people getting started saying, "Hey, I want to create a video that's similar to Mike's," but you're not Mike. So make sure that you're authentic as soon as you get started. And then the final thing, number 6, a little bonus tip, is exactly what we've created at the Trusted Advisors Group, is the systems behind it, because that's what's allowed me to scale far quicker than most people. I've got one of the fastest growing channels in my niche in the world right now. And that's all because I've built a system behind the process. And I know when I'm posting, where I'm driving traffic, how I'm monetizing it, where I'm monetizing it. And I know exactly the intent behind every single video. You don't need that to get started. But as soon as you've built up that comfort level to the point where, okay, I'm going to start putting out 2 videos a week, I'm good with it. Now, when you want to take it to the next level, make sure every single video has intent. It's either providing value, entertainment, resources, or tools to your target audience. And in turn, by providing value, jab, 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 right hook, you can go for the ask. And that's when you're going to start to see your results explode, because you didn't lead with the ask, you led with the value first.
Fuck yeah, man. I love it. Straight heat, straight value. Appreciate it. Guys, if this is valuable, do me a favor, drop a fire emoji. Let me know this is valuable. Let me know what resonates with you guys. I would love to know, and what parts of this really resonates with you guys. I want to take some questions here. We have about 15 minutes. So I want to take some questions, guys, about what you're thinking, what your thoughts are, how you can start creating more high converting content for yourself, thinking about YouTube, thinking about, whether it's other social platforms, thinking about monetization, leadership. Let me know what questions you guys have, and let's kind of dive in a little bit. You know what I think would be really cool? I wish there was able a way to bring another person live with us.
I know.
Coach them live. That'd be really, really cool. So let's see. Let's see any questions here. What's the most effective way to drive traffic? What's your name, bro? Affiliated Fit. Yeah. What do you think is what do you feel is the most effective way to drive traffic?
Yeah, that's a super great question. So the way that I like to drive traffic, because one of the top 3 things that YouTube's algorithm cares about is launch velocity, how much attention your video gets within the first 24 hours. Now, how I like to do that is by leveraging the other platforms we're already familiar with. I like to post on my story whenever I launch a new YouTube video and say, hey, check the link out in the bio. If you're active on TikTok, if you're active on Facebook, drive traffic from other platforms that you've already built up credibility with your audience to. And then the other thing is building an email list, because here's the thing is what a lot of people seem to forget. And I ran into this issue last year where, a scam account took my Instagram away for a couple weeks. I thought I lost everything. I ran my business off Instagram, and it quickly hit me heavy when I realized that I don't own this audience. The only thing that I own is my email list. So one of the best things that you can do is, again, using these value adds to build up your email list, and then using that email list to remarket your new YouTube videos. And also, for anybody that's listening, it's one of the best ways that you can nurture your target audience, because if you're putting out 1 video a week that's tailored towards providing value to your target audience, that's a great way to naturally get more views without seeming like you're trying to pitch them, because you're providing value to something that they already care about. So I would say, number 1, drive traffic from your other social media platforms. Number 2, focus on building an email list, and use that email list to drive traffic to your new videos, but also use new videos to nurture that email list.
I love it, man. I'm so glad you brought up email, because for me, that's how I started my career, the stock market, and then helping companies to be able to get exposure through email marketing. I built 2 8-figure businesses, multiple 7-figure businesses, all through email. Still probably the leading communication marketing tool we have to monetizing. Obviously social media has been the most powerful in regards to building audience, but as far as like converting, email still to this day is the strongest, other than the fact of word of mouth marketing still always being number 1 to me. But being so great at what you do that people recommend you, people actually refer you business because they believe in what you stand for and your product. And the service you provide. But other than that, man, I'm so glad you brought up email, because guys, like he said, Instagram can go down. Instagram can go down, YouTube, all these things, even though most likely they won't. The truth of the matter is that you don't really own that real estate, right? They own your real estate. You're a brand on their platform. You know, so thinking about how can you start to build that equity, and that equity is in the form of data, and to move that data into emails, move that data into the new SMS marketing that's out, moving that data, you know, into a mailing list that you can send direct mail to them, right? Or having an event and building relationships in person, and again, building that data, building the real relationships off of social media, making sure that you're doing that. So that was powerful. We got another question. Let's see. Ruby here says, what do you wish you'd known like when you started? So what is, like, that's a good question, Mike. So like if you were starting all over again, what is something that you wish you knew that you know now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I wish I knew when I got started on YouTube was actually how to optimize the videos. And the
Yeah.
biggest problem with that is, I spent so much time. I made a commitment last January that I'm going to put out 3 videos a week every week for 52 weeks. And I did that. And the majority of those videos didn't get over 200 views. And that's primarily because I didn't know how to optimize it. And it was dying on me. But I was spending tens of hours a week creating, editing, recording content, and it killed it. And it really sucked. So for me, ultimately, it was just learning the simple process of optimizing it. And when you know it, it's a science and you can absolutely crush it. But ultimately, understanding the foundation is going to give you a leg up over 90% of the people on the platform. Because again, even though there's a lot of people on there, billions of active monthly users, the majority of them have no clue how they're going to optimize their content. So from day one, you can actually be far ahead of your competition.
Yeah, I love it, bro. Guys, we got a bunch of questions asking about your paintings, man. What's something you've learned from Nipsey Hussle, and from Kobe? So, I'd love to go into that. But before you do, Mike, I want to finish on that because it's so powerful. I feel like what you just said is the same for me. It's one thing to guys that create these videos and they put them onto YouTube. It's another to fully optimize them so that while you sleep, they're making money and they're getting views and they're being discovered for weeks and months and even years. Some of my Leaders Create Leaders videos are still being watched to this day. Although, Mike, I want you to audit a lot of them. But we got a question about how do you do that? And then Claudia here asked the question, do you think tags are important? How do you find the best hashtags that will attract an audience? So maybe you can go a little bit deeper into the tags and how to optimize. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. So the tags are by far the most important aspect of the video. It's the bread and butter of the SEO. And again, like Gerard said, it's such a shame when you see people spending so much time on something that they think is going to work for them. A lot of people say that if you're consistent with something, in the end, it'll work together. But I know some people that have been consistently putting out YouTube videos for 5 years and they still don't have 1,000 subscribers because none of them are optimized. So in terms of optimization, I like to use, and these are 2 free platforms that you can use, TubeBuddy and vidIQ, VIDIQ. Both of those are going to show you the recommended tags to use based on the title you choose for your video. So
What is it called, Mike?
TubeBuddy. So I'll type this in the chat. Here we go. So we've got TubeBuddy. This is a free extension, and we've got vidIQ.
Wow, guys, straight value, guys. Guys, give a prayer emoji to Mike. He's giving you guys some hacks right now. Some real hacks. So show some appreciation for Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, so those are going to tell you basically what you need to do. You can look at what the competition's doing. Again, guys, R&D, rip off and duplicate. Both of those platforms, which are free Chrome extensions, will show you, if you go look at the top ranking video for anything, holistic coach, any sort of personal branding, you'll be able to see the exact tags that the highest ranking videos are using. Take them, make them a little bit better, and now you can start stealing viewership from those people that might not have dialed it in. So guys, it's really easy. It's a science, but it's just looking at how you can make it efficient. For me, it takes me under 2 minutes to do my titles, tags, descriptions for any YouTube video, and I rank #1 for my niche for every single search topic.
Guys, Mike doesn't even have nearly the amount of subscribers as some guys that I see that are trying to rank for certain tags but didn't optimize their videos, and they have 1 million subscribers. And if you look up the title in YouTube, his video with like literally 100 times less views will rank higher because
Yeah.
he's optimized his videos and he's stealing all of those potential customers and audience. So
Well,
it's gold, absolute
it's
gold.
crazy, man. It's, we've got one of our boys, our mutual friends, Tom Ferry, coming on Friday.
Yeah.
Tom, man, has a channel that's, 20 times the size of mine, but I can still outrank that beast with some of my content. So I love him,
That's
man.
awesome.
He's one of the best coaches ever. But it just goes to show you that you don't need to be the biggest authority. You don't need to be the biggest personal brand. You don't need to have that credibility in order to do super well on a platform like that. So it's really cool to see, as a new beginner, you can do super well and start to attract clients at scale and monetize it far before you get to the 1,000 watch hours and 4,000 subscribers or whatever to meet that minimum criteria. So it's a really powerful platform that I think a lot of people are going to do. And that's how I found you, man. And that's been, a life-changing experience. So you never know who you're going to end up being connected to through a platform like this.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys, I'm going to take another question or two. Before I take the next one or two, I got to hop off at 12. I have a coaching call with one of our clients. I'm talking to Gio, Mike. So
Gio's a beast.
Gio's a beast. He just signed. He did a $500,000 this last month, man. I'm so excited for him. So, guys, one of the leaders that are in the Leaders Create Leaders Mastermind, he does different kind of contracts. So he does large contracts. It's not like coaching, but he just did a $500,000. I'm so excited for him. But I want to, before I go on to the next question, bro, what did you learn from Nipsey Hussle or Kobe? Maybe real quick, because I know those are two guys that you have in your office. So I would love to just hear from you about what are the one thing for each person. What's one thing that you've learned from each of those guys?
Yeah, definitely, man. One thing that's tough for Kobe, it's easy. It's work ethic. He outworked his competition every single day, no questions asked. He was hustling, and he would outwork anybody to prove it to them, showing up to the gym at 3 a.m. He never had to. He was the best player in the league. He never had to do that, but he did it just to prove that he was the best of the best. So work ethic for Kobe, bar none, incredible motivation. For Nipsey, it's actually two things. For Nipsey, one of the biggest things is family. I'm a huge family guy, and to see that he was so loyal to his wife, to his kids, spending time with them, even though he was on the road doing his grind, that is near and dear to my heart. I know you're super close with your family, Gerard, so family and loyalty.
Shout out to Mom.
What up, Mom? Mama Adams in the house. So
yeah, that's right, Mama Adams.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, the other thing about Nipsey,
massive.
The other thing about Nipsey too was it was community.
That's the second thing I was going to say.
Yeah, like he was not just so close with his family, but he treated everyone like family, guys. And one of the greatest things that you see from the most memorable leaders in the world is they treat everyone like that. Like they really they invest into their community, especially for a lot of us that don't grow up in these places that have wealth, right? They grow up in places that are lower middle class or even in poverty, going back and giving back to those communities and helping them. And that's always been one of the biggest motivators for me in building Leaders Create Leaders and building wealth in my life, is not only to provide for my family and give a better life to my family, but to give back to community, to help children around the world. And that's, always been my goal. So,
man, to see him giving back at that capacity, buying strip malls, hiring locals to get them off the streets, being entrepreneurial. Like, for a guy that is the status quo for a rapper would to spend it all on jewels and cars and bling and flash, for him to say, I'm going to invest in crypto, I'm going to start a co-working space, I'm going to do things that give back to the people that helped get me to where I am, that's so near and dear. So the community and the family is Nipsey in a nutshell, man. Yeah. Neighborhood Nip.
And then shout out to Kobe, man. No words, priceless. That man's heart, his character. Leadership is about character. His character, his work ethic, the way he led his team, and he left his heart and gave his heart to the world and the heart to the game. And beautiful father. So shout out to Kobe and Nipsey. Drop some prayers for Kobe and Nipsey. In the meantime, Eli says, do you think you can do this from anywhere in the world? Real quick, we got 4 minutes, Mike.
Hell yeah, man. This is a global opportunity. You have the ability, again, you can, if you're in Africa, you have an opportunity to rank your videos for your target audience in North America. If you're in South America, you can get them in India. It doesn't matter where you are. YouTube's so powerful because it rips off the geographical restrictions of some other platforms that it's not as easy to rank over there. So global, baby. That's what we're here for. Gio's over in Amsterdam, so that's what we're all about, is scaling without borders.
Global. You guys know every time we do this live, we have people from all over the world. And guys, you guys know, like, for me, it's about freedom. You know, it's about impact. It's about fulfillment. But freedom, financial freedom, spiritual freedom, lifestyle freedom. You guys know, if you guys have been following me for years, I'm all over the world. Dubai, Bali, Italy, Greece, Sedona, Tokyo. I mean, I'm all over the world. It's one of the best reasons why, you know, you can use social media and build online businesses. It's like you literally have freedom. I'm able to work and do what I love every single day from all over the world, when I want, where I want, with whoever I want. It's the best part about it. So 3 minutes is the last question I'm going to take, guys. I can't really, it says, how do you get started on design tutorial videos when there will be tons of tutorial videos? Like, so I mean, Mike, I don't know, it's a little bit of an interesting question, but how do you have any tips for like someone who wants to start creating tutorial videos?
Yeah, definitely, guys. That's been actually my highest converting videos, is tutorials, because YouTube cares about watch time. And we all know that in order to get the end result of a tutorial, you have to watch the entire thing. So tutorials are incredible for building your brand and getting views. I think if you want to stand out on tutorials, I think the guy who asked the question said it's a bit saturated. Okay. You just need to find a creative spin on it. And again, ultimately, if you rank your videos better, if you have better tags, a more engaging, bright, flashy, bold thumbnail that's going to attract attention, it doesn't matter that the tutorial has already been done before. If you put your own spin on it, but have better optimization and a more attractive thumbnail, people are going to click on your video versus the next. So don't look at what's already been done before. As Gerard will tell you, everything's been done before. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're putting your own spin on it and putting your own flavor that's going to show that you're different than the other people, even though it's been done.
I love it, man. Mike Gerard, everybody, go show him some love and appreciation. He's one of our best leaders and clients in the Leaders Create Leaders Mastermind. Mike, I appreciate you so much, man. It's such an honor. I get so much fulfillment. For me, success is no longer just about stacking, you know, money. Of course, I want more wealth. It's about how many people I can inspire in the world and seeing the success of my clients. I can't wait to see you rise, man, to 8 figures. See you continue to help you on your journey as you continue to inspire and help others. And it's this, just this beautiful evolution and ecosystem of all leaders creating leaders. So I love you, man. I appreciate you. Keep crushing. Crush your week. I'll talk to you later. Guys, go and follow Mike Gerard. Go hit him up. Let him know this was valuable. And this will be repurposed on the Leaders Create Leaders podcast. Also, I don't do many interviews nowadays. I'm really focused on building the business. But Mike, just because he's a client of mine, got me to do an interview with him where I literally shared leadership principles and things about my journey that I have never shared before. Mike's about to drop it, I believe, on YouTube, Mike?
Yeah, guys, I'm dropping this. And man, I'll tell you, I've watched every single one of Gerard's videos, and some of the information that he shared on our episode, I've never even heard. So it got me fired up. So I'm going to be dropping this on my channel later this week. And again, I guarantee you're going to get value, because Gerard's hype as always, but when you see him get a little fired up in this, it's going to be a banger.
Cool. So I'll share that with you guys when it comes out. But definitely check out Mike's YouTube channel. Mike, I appreciate you, bro. Keep crushing it, man, and keep creating leaders, man. Peace.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, guys, thanks for taking some time to join and just chop it up with me and share and connect. I hope you guys have a really powerful Memorial Day, start to your week, powerful Monday. Everything you need is within you, around you. You have access to all of it. Remember to step into your abundance mindset. Let go of that whole, scarcity, victim mentality, blaming external circumstances. We all struggled. It's part of the leader's journey. We all go through the shadow. It's about shifting. It's about shifting into your power, all right? Stepping into that fear and going and finding that growth inside of you and going and creating your reality. So I appreciate you guys. If this was valuable, go and comment on my last post. Engage. Let me know this is powerful. Subscribe to Leaders Create Leaders. I got a new podcast dropping tomorrow. Share it to your story and tag if you can. I just dropped a whole bunch of shit. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. I got to go talk to my client. Peace.